And now, Bottom Split Theatre. Commentator for this evening, Thomas Ellison. Joining me in the booth are my Antipodean colleague, David Haynes.
G'day.
And joining him for his debut in the RAL Huge Ass Broadcasting Channel is Mr. Aaron Thacker.
Thank you, Thomas Rapido. It's great to be with you guys.
Thank you. And Mr. Haynes, why don't you take us through the grid here as we're getting lined up ready for the start?
Absolutely. On pole and with a lap time of under 1 minute here at Lime Rock Park in the Mazda MX-5, it's Robert A. Howe on pole. Behind him, Fernando Trujillo, then Mark Fleming from Australia, Christopher Sebaste, Ryan Book, Sean H., Mark Matthias, and with no time recorded, Michael Gott, Pete Boyle, Stefan Roenfeld. We saw him crash hard in practice, and we're not sure if Juan Francisco has made it to the track this evening.
I don't see his trailer in the paddock as we speak, so I think maybe there was a delay on the flight from the Latin Americas. However, we still have 10 cars on the grid here, ready to get going for 20 laps around this Lime Rock circuit. A challenging place to be, especially in the bottom split as we see here tonight.
I'm really looking forward to some tight passing. Turn one, Tom, probably some good opportunities, and also the final corner. If you've got the guts, you can make something work there, can't you?
I think you just have to lick the stamp and send it straight into the car ahead. There's no really any need to be wary.
Yeah, so as we wait for the race to get underway, I think a couple of hot spots around the track. Turn one, very easy to get in too hot there, get on the grass and understeer. And also coming up the hill, that's a difficult right-hander over the crest. Engine revs rise.
Hammer away. Solid start there from Howe from the front row, and we see the number 9 car of Mark Fleming coming through from the second row to take second place coming into turn one. Let's hope there aren't too many incidents to be barreled down into the braking zone, and there's contact in the middle of the pack. Number 7 car goes around. That is Fernando Trujillo Dos. He had heavy contact from the number 5 car, which was Raya and Book. Looks like substantial damage on both cars at the moment, but they're both pointing the right way now and rejoining the circuit as we speak. Let's keep an eye on them to see how they get going. And looks like some handling issues there for both cars. Ryan Book significantly crabbing, and hopefully he might need to avail himself of a fast repair in the pits in this opening lap.
Up the front, Mark Fleming jumped from third into second in the first corner, and now he's looking to make a move for the lead into the final corner. How licked is the stamp? Oh. Contact!
And he licked the stamp hard there. Possibly too hard. He missed the post box entirely. Significant damage on the side of Robert A. Howe as he gets going again. Almost collecting the number 6 car there upon re-entering the track, but he's trying to make it across to the pit lane. A bold move. And he's into the pits to collect that fast repair.
Back up to the front of the pack here, Mark Matthias. We got a battle for P2 and P3, guys, after that little scuffle in the final corner there.
Yeah, Pete Boyle, the number 10 car, running second at the moment, with Mark Matthias, or maybe Miatas, running in third place. A little bit of damage on the second place car there of Boyle, maybe caught up in that first corner incident, but he doesn't seem to be affected by the damage too badly. He has strong pace, and now he's looking to chase down Mr. Mark Fleming, car number 9, in first position. Let's catch
contact. Mark Fleming's car still looks all right to me, but that gap behind Pete Boyle is closing.
Yeah, maybe he has a little bit of suspension damage. It was a hard hit into the side of Howe at the final corner. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a little bit of off-center steering or something. So let's keep an eye on this battle for first for the minute. Pete Boyle, lap time there was 2 seconds faster than Fleming, and he shows no sign of giving up.
And Tom, I think we need to give Pete Boyle the Dick Insider Best Start of the Race Award. He is up 7 spots just a few laps into this race.
Yeah, that's truly impressive driving. Need to get
phenomenally. He's his last lap of 59.3, several tenths faster than any of the fastest qualifying times. Pete Boyle is flying.
He's flying, but can he make the move stick on Fleming here, coming down the hill into the final corner? He's staying to the grass, trying to get a better exit. And it's going to be a tight battle here into turn 1, Thacker. Why don't you talk us through it?
Oh, Tom, this is interesting line here. Okay, 2 by 2. Let's just moment of silence here. Oh, they've done it. Still holding on Pete Boyle. Oh dear.
Yeah, Mark
Fleming defended to the inside. Pete Boyle couldn't get enough of a run on the outside. Now Pete Boyle gets his nose inside the rear fender. Can't get it done there though.
Phenomenally close racing from these two protagonists. Mark Fleming did go inside early there to defend the inside line to turn 1. Completely legitimate, made his one move and was able to defend. But Boyle down the inside and to turn up the hill, not able to get it done. Some good driving here from Fleming, giving him racing room, but not making it too easy. You can see Boyle there using all of the curb and track to keep up the momentum behind Fleming. He's looking racy here.
Yeah, I really think Boyle just needs to calm down. He's a little aggressive. I don't think Mark Matthias is ready to fight yet, but we'll watch again into turn 1. He's looking for another effort.
Fleming once again tries to defend the inside, once again pushes a bit wide, and that's cost him. That looks like Pete Boyle is through for the lead.
Yeah, a bit of contact there in the middle of turn 1 and 2, and looks like a damage to the left front suspension of Fleming's car there, maybe compounding the damage. That corner has already taken a knock against Howe's car earlier in the race, and he may be now suffering from some handling troubles.
Once again, Mark Fleming goes to the inside and can't quite hold the line and bumps the outside car, but it didn't hurt Pete Boyle this time around, and he is out and clear.
And while we were watching that excitement into turn 1, we saw Mark Matthias coming out of the final corner behind them, had a little bit of a moment, ran wide and got a bit of an oversteer. And he's dropped down to 4th place now behind Michael Gott, now pushing hard to reclaim that 3rd place. Might be a battle that develops. Yeah, you can see he got a little bit on the grass coming out of that final fast corner. Did well to hold it and correct it, and fortunate only to lose 1 place. But now he's back into 4th place, hunting down Michael Gott for 3rd, with Fernando Trujillo Dos in 5th place. And that last lap was 2 seconds faster than Mark, so maybe you see a battle here very shortly between the 3 of them.
Now, Tom,
maybe let's take this opportunity now to quickly run down through the field. So leading the way after his pass, Pete Boyle up 8 spots into the lead. Mark Fleming up 1 spot from where he started, now in 2nd, having led a few laps. Then behind Michael Gott, Mark Matthias, Sean H moves ahead of Fernando Trujillo, Stefan Roenfeld still there, and Robert Howe, our pole sitter, still circulating out there in 8th, and I believe Ryan Book is the last car running in 9th place.
Yeah, I'm afraid I put a bit of a commentator's curse on Mr. Fernando Trujillo Dos there. As soon as I'd mentioned he was catching 4th place, he ran off spin all on his own in the complex and managed to drop behind Sean H.
Now, Tom, at the risk of putting a second curse here, I've been watching Michael Gott the last 2 laps. He is very consistent on his times and his pace and his lines. I really think there's a chance if he keeps it together, he may move up another spot or 2.
That's a bold comment. Certainly seen that backfire in previous Bottom Split Theatre episodes. But he's got a little bit of work to do to catch Mark Fleming there in 2nd place. Fleming's last lap was a 59.9 compared to a 1:07 from Michael Gott and a 1:05 from Mark Matthias. You see here, battle for 3rd place really heating up between Gott and Matthias. Let's keep an eye on this as they come down the hill into the final corner. Matthias certainly not looking to hang around.
Yeah, the run out of that final corner, so critical, and we see a better one this time for Mark Matthias. Once again, the outside line, a good run. How late dare he brake?
Very late, it appears, but not late enough. Gott continues to hold 3rd place. Solid driving to the inside there, held his line, gave plenty of room, and was able to exit with even a slight advantage.
Fernando Trujillo gets ahead of Sean H, and Sean H out wide, 2 wheels on the dirt, and then you just can't hold it. He's lost a lot of time there, so that's Fernando Trujillo back up into 5th.
Yeah, the number 7 car of the Trujillo there, looking a little bit battle-scarred after the opening laps. Don't forget it was him that got turned around in the first corner on the first lap. But since then, he has battled his way back past Sean, as you're seeing on the replay now. Sean just gets a little bit wide into turn 1. Once you're out on the outside there's no coming back. You just have to ride around the outside and hope you don't go spinning. But Trujillo now back into 5th place. His last lap was as fast as Michael got ahead of him. Maybe he can close down again on these two battling for 3rd place.
Yeah, battle still on for 3rd and 4th place. Michael Gott and Mark Matthias. Keep seeing Mark Matthias getting a better run out of the final corner, but Michael Gott seems to be faster around the rest of the track.
He's got that consistency, boys, I'm telling you.
Yep, solid driving, and he's already becoming a fast favorite from most commentators here for his consistency and cleanliness of driving. We like to see that.
And I'm just watching Pete Boyle up here in the front, guys. He continues to just put some burner laps down. Real good consistency. He is up 8 spots in this race.
And he is your Dick Insider mover of the race so far.
Yeah, mathematically and in our hearts. 8 spots now, a 3-second lead, and then 8 seconds back from Mark Fleming to that battle of Michael Gott and Mark Matthias.
Yeah, Fleming, as we've seen, suffering a little bit of damage in 2 consecutive incidents, and his lap times seem to be suffering. Down half a second on Pete Boyle that last lap, and not showing much of an effort to come back and give a fight for the lead. If we go back to the battle for 3rd, Michael Gott still hanging on from Mark Matthias. Lap times very evenly matched here, and this is going to be a fight that I think is going to go to the flag. We're lap 10 here, halfway through this 20-lap race. These cars on the limit of adhesion coming up the hill. It's great to see 2 hard charging drivers going for the final spot on the podium.
I don't know if it's an award worth giving, Tom, but so far Sean H. back in P6 is maintaining the Clean Car Award for this race so far. Clean fenders all around.
And you know what? That is not a bad lesson for any junior drivers who are watching. You may not necessarily be the fastest, but if you can keep a clean car, there's no limit to the amount of places you can pick up over time. It's really important.
Michael Gott goes for a spin in the final corner, and he crunched it right into the wall. Mark Matthias has gotten through. Michael Gott just could not hold it on the outside of T1.
And I believe, Aaron, that was your clean driver. Proving once again that perhaps you shouldn't be making such predictions.
Tom, I will take straight ownership on this one. I will take a door handle right to the face, man. That's a tough. Always gone off again.
Yes, exactly.
Something very, very bent with that car, indeed.
If we look at the replay of the incident turn 1.
Oh no, and we have a retirement. Michael Gott is in the pit lane.
Yeah, I'm reviewing the footage now, and it looks like Mark Matthias got a little bit sensitive on the brakes into turn 1 there, gave him a bit of a scare, forced him out wide, and although there was no contact, it was enough to unsettle the car and send him into that spin to the barriers. It's what we call the Tyler maneuver, which is just to stick a nose in, hopefully, to try and unsettle the driver ahead and force him into a spin of his own. So if we settle back down now, out front, the leader, still Pete Boyle, car number 10, setting consistent lap times. Behind him, we have Mark Fleming, who's falling back a little bit, about 5 seconds behind. Matthias now, after that collision, or lack of, is in a firm and secure 3rd place.
Yeah, Tom, I'm watching this battle here for 6th and 7th. You know, Robert Howes had a tough race down 6 spots, but he's moving quick. He's moving quick. I just made a great pass on P7 Stefan.
Yep, Stefan Rohnfeldt indeed passed very quickly there by Howe, who took his fast repair after that incident in the final corner with Pete Boyle, and is now looking to make up some time. Final lap was a 101.7. Let's see what he can do when he crosses the line this time. It looks like he's fully committed and probably driving with a little bit of the anger following the manner in which his race was unduly corrected on the final lap, on the first lap.
Robert Howe was our pole sitter, so we know he's got some pace. He just came unstuck when Mark Fleming tried to pass him. And now 2 wheels out on the dirt. That's an easy trap to fall into right there. It's a very long turn 1, turn 2, and you track out, and if you get 2 wheels on the dirt, your car will start going straight, and you'll lose a bit of time there like Robert Howe just did.
Yeah, probably lost 2-3 seconds there. We see Stefan Rohnfeldt closed right back up behind him. But Howe should be able to pull away from Rohnfeldt again.
Tom, I just spoke with the pit reporters, and I'm looking down here. Michael Gott is now leaving the pits. He took 4 tires and full fuel. He is not messing around re-entering this track.
Well, I mean, that's a prudent move. I mean, if you have to pit for repairs, then you may as well fuel it up for the end. These are long races, and the fresh tires should give him an advantage over the pack in the closing stages. Remind you, we have about 8 laps remaining. Let's check in with our leader, number 10 car, Pete Boyle, exiting the final corner here to complete lap 14. And he really is untroubled out front. Final lap was 59.7, which is a very impressive pace at this stage of the race. He was about 6.5 seconds ahead of Mark Fleming III, who, as we've seen, is suffering some damage. I don't really see any way in which Pete Boyle can be challenged for this win. What do you think, guys?
I think any lap time under 1 minute of this car around this circuit configuration, that's a good lap time. And Pete Boyle keeps putting him in consistently. He currently has the fastest lap of the race, a 59.3. He's just put in another 59.7. It's looking pretty smooth. Looks like he's getting to the apex everywhere. Looks like he's tracking out. Mark Fleming doesn't have the raw pace right now to challenge him. And Mark Matias and Fernando Trujillo, the only ones I can see closing up between now and the checkered flag. So that'd be for 3rd and 4th potentially.
Yeah, I'm definitely agreeing with you guys. I think he's just got too much pace for this. Just lap after lap, he's doing high 59s, and nobody else can really compete with that at this point.
Yeah, Fleming, as we've noted, has that damaged car, and he's consistently just a couple of tenths behind Boyle. The only little dark spot on the horizon that I can see for Boyle's race would be the lap traffic that he's approaching at the moment. We see the number 8 car of Stefan Rohnfeldt just a corner ahead now, and it's possible, given their respective lap times, I see Boyle about 1.5 seconds faster per lap, that he will have to pass these cars before the end of the race. In bottom split theatre, we've seen traditionally that lap cars, although it's their prerogative to make the pass as easy as possible for the lapping car, don't necessarily follow that credo, and we could see some action in the closing stages here.
Yeah, the field is really strung out here, Tom, but at this point you just really focus on running your lines with some of these guys. This is what they need best to improve and get up to that Mustang series, or maybe even that Solstice series.
I mean, reminder here that we're watching the stars of tomorrow compete in this split. These are the guys that one day will be featuring for the top teams, and this is where they earn their money in the junior leagues, try and make it to the big time. And it's a joy to see such talent coming onto the global stage of iRacing. Pete Boyle here out front, car number 10. Last lap was 59.7, and he's walking away with this race. Who would you say has impressed you most tonight, Thacker?
I'm going to stick with my clean car award. Unfortunately, I've already jinxed one car. I don't want to jinx another one. But, Sean H., he's got 4 clean fenders. And as you stated, Tom, that's really how you progress as a racer here. You drive clean, you drive consistent. Sean has done a fantastic job so far. He is up only 1 spot for this race. But you know what? You're taking home a clean car, no repairs. I think that's something to be proud about.
As we see Pete Boyle come down the main straight, passing Stefan Rohnfeldt. Mr. Rohnfeldt very kindly moves out of the way, lets him pass. Absolutely no drama there from the lapped car. It's veteran driving from both there. And Boyle now on lap 18, 20-lap race, and he will be sniffing that victory champagne, be feeling it coursing through his veins and getting ready to celebrate.
Guys, I have some news. Unfortunately, Sean H. has binned it at the top of the hill.
You really shouldn't have said anything. Yeah, and sadly, as we're seeing here, coming up the hill, Sean H. runs wide, clips the tyre barrier. Oh dear, almost coming over. And that may well spell the end of his Clean Car Award, would you say, Thacker?
Yeah, Tom, I'm having a real difficult time with this race. You know, the stars of tomorrow, I'm trying to spot them now, and I'm having a hard time with these guys, and I feel like I'm doing them some disservice.
Well, you don't learn without pushing the limits. That's what I'm going to say. And Sean H. there had driven a clean race to that point, but he pushed the limit and found the limit. And unfortunately, that's put him into the pits. So a strong race there. He was running 5th, now down in the pit lane, being serviced. Hopefully he can join before the end of the race. But that's a sad way to finish the race from him.
It's a testament to the power of our commentary, that the commentator's curse can work more than once. Good, unlimited power.
Guys, if we go back to the battle between 3 and 4, it is heating up a little bit with just a few laps left in this race.
And hot it is as Mark Matthias goes 2 wheels on the grass. We've seen that. Turn 1, you can't push too wide there, and Mark Matthias has, under the pressure of Fernando Trujillo, and Fernando Trujillo, 1 or 2 laps to go, now sits in a podium position. Look at what went wrong there for Mark Matthias.
Everybody through the top 5 here, guys, is doing a quick spot check of lap times. Everybody is in the 1 minute dead, so as these tires, you know, maintain decent wear, and you just get light on fuel. Guys are getting a bit quicker across the track in the final laps here.
And
Mark Matthias has binned it 2 wide out of the final corner, wheels on the dirt again, loses control and smacks it into the pit entry tyre barrier. I think that's his race done.
I think it is. He's already taken a fast repair, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, he's very much back into the pit lane at this point.
And right now, Aaron's favourite, Sean H., is leaving the pit lane right as Mark Matthias is arriving.
He's back out with that clean car.
Yeah, guys, I'm going to go for a trifecta here. Car number 8, Stefan, has gained all these positions again, slow and steady. He is the big gainer at this point, right behind Pete Boyle, because all the carnage in front of him, he's been clean. So let's see what happens.
Well, Pete Boyle has just taken the win. He's just crossed the line to win the race. Dominant performance, really, for Mark Fleming in 2nd place. And my driver of the day, honestly, Fernando Trujillo, coming back to 3rd place after that turn 1 incident. As we see some donuts there from Pete Boyle, celebrating this win as though it were the Indy 500. You can't blame him. This is a big moment for any young driver. 4th place, Robert A. Howe, our pole sitter, who got unduly taken out in the final corner on lap 1. Came back to 4th place, still in the lead lap. An impressive drive from him. And then Stefan Roenfeldt, as Aaron was mentioning, clean car, a clean drive, and he was running 8th until the last few laps, and comes home 5th place. So a testament to the adage that you just keep a clean car and you can profit from it. Any final thoughts, Mr. Haynes and Mr. Thacker?
Got to be careful in that turn 1 not to get your wheels out on the dirt. Got to keep your car clean. And if you're Mark Fleming, maybe hold the inside line a bit tighter. But other than that, some great racing and some great lessons for everyone.
Yeah, I'm just gonna echo that, guys. This was a lot of fun in the booth with you guys here. Saw some really great driving, and Tom, like you stated, stars of tomorrow. You know, you got to push yourself, but got to be careful out there. Keep the fenders clean, and we'll see you on the faster tracks very soon, guys.
Yeah, so thank you to my co-commentators, Mr. David Haynes and Mr. Aaron Thacker. Thank you to our friend, Mr. Michael Darby. He's been working the cameras, bringing you all the action tonight. And it's good night from all of us here in Bottom Split Theatre. I've been Thomas Ellison. Good night.